Hey everyone, Jatt here. This week on Teamfight Breakdown, we're covering a pivotal teamfight from SKTelecom T1's 3-0 victory over Counterlogic Gaming from the 2016 Mid-Season Invitational Finals. 29 minutes into Game 2, the gold was still incredibly close. CLG had gained advantages in the early game, but SKT fought back control by stifling CLG's initiation attempts. Throughout MSI, SKT excelled at preventing opponents from landing good engagements, striking back at exactly the right moments. Time and time again in the knockout stage, SKT would start teamfights in unconventional yet successful ways. Looking at the team compositions, CLG's initiation relies almost entirely on their solo laners, Darshan's Poppy and Huhi's Echo. For CLG to get a good fight, Poppy or Echo need to get in a flank position behind SKT and close in on their backline. On SKT's side, while Faker's Azir could be considered SKT's best initiator, anyone can aid in starting a fight. Duke's Trundle has Pillar, Blank's Elise has Cocoon, Faker's Azir has Ultimate, Wolf's Nami has Bubble or Tidal Wave, and even Bang's Ezreal has an Iceborne Gauntlet to apply slows. Again, the key factor in this teamfight is how well SKT works around CLG's initiation attempt, while applying as much pressure and aggression as possible. The fight begins with CLG attempting to set up another initiation. Huhi's Echo is top lane with teleport available, whereas Duke's Trundle is bottom lane without teleport. Meaning, if CLG can teleport in and initiate onto SKT, they'll have the numbers advantage and a chance at winning the teamfight. Let's get into it. As Darshan's Poppy sneaks through SKT's jungle trying to get behind them for an initiation, Bang's Ezreal recognizes that only Lucian and Soraka are in the river, seeing the perfect opportunity to go in. Ezreal receives a Tidecaller's Blessing from Wolf's Nami, and then Arcane shifts forward towards Lucian. Stixxay takes a hit from Faker's Azir Soldier, and then gets hit by Bang's Mystic Shot, Essence Flux, Auto Attack, and Blade of the Ruined King active. The burst that lands onto Stixxay's Lucian is so immense that it prompts an exhaust from Aphromoo Soraka, a heal from Lucian, and even a flash over the wall from Xmithie's Nidalee, so he would be in range to heal too. But CLG's use of so many crucial cooldowns to handle the surprise initiation of Bang's Ezreal could not have come at a worse time, as Huhi's Echo is already teleporting in to continue CLG's initiation attempt. From there, Xmithie's Nidalee lands a spear onto Blank's Elise and deals substantial damage. Meanwhile, teleport completes for Huhi's Echo, and Darshan's Poppy continues the collapse. As Blank's Elise repels for safety, Wolf's Nami sends a tidal wave through the lane to keep CLG spread in two groups, initiators and backline. Bang's Ezreal also continues to crush CLG on the side of the fight. As Stixxay's Lucian dashes forward to deal damage onto Bang's Ezreal, Ez returns fire and takes more than half of Lucian's health, before shifting away from the heroic charge of Darshan's Poppy at the last possible moment. SKT have also managed to kite away from Huhi's Echo and catch Darshan's Poppy with a Nami bubble after Darshan failed heroic charge. The ensuing damage SKT pours onto Poppy forces Darshan to use both QSS and Flash to get to the rest of his team, completely stifling CLG's initiation. At this point, with the 5 vs 4 initiation failed, CLG know they've lost the fight and attempt to run. Aphromoo Soraka uses Wish to heal up CLG, and they try to escape downriver. This is where things go from bad to worse for CLG. Up until this point, CLG have been fighting 5 vs 4. Yet, as they attempt to retreat downriver, SKT get Duke's Trundle back, and it's a full-on 5 vs 5. When Trundle arrives from bottom lane, he cuts off CLG's retreat path with a pillar. Bang's Ezreal again deals half the health of Stixxay's Lucian by shifting over the wall and blasting him. At this point, the fight splits into two parts. First, we'll focus on Bang. After Bang's Ezreal shifts over the wall, Nidalee's spear connects on him, and Huhi's Echo lands the first half of Time Winder. Echo tries desperately to get damage off onto SKT, but Wolf's Nami arrives and heals Ezreal up, forcing Echo to flash away. But there's no running from a red buff, blue build Ezreal, so Huhi attempts to ult backwards for burst damage. Nami's ready for it though, and exhausts Echo immediately, allowing Bang to pick up the easy kill. On the other side of the fight, Duke's Trundle is among a group of CLG players hardly taking any damage thanks to his ultimate. Darshan's Poppy tries to stun him against the wall, while Aphromoo Soraka flashes away, trying to run. Faker's Azir then shifts in to follow up, and while his ultimate could have been better, it forces Stixxay's Lucian to flash. Faker then finishes off Aphromoo Soraka before landing substantial damage onto Xmithie's Nidalee. At this point, SKT have won the teamfight. It's just a matter of how many people they can chase down. Duke's Trundle cuts off the escape path of Xmithy's Nidalee with a pillar, and Faker's Azir continues to shift after Stixxay's Lucian, eventually killing him near the Raptor camp and winning the fight 4-0 in SKT's favor. This fight was yet another example of why SKT are so dominant. SKT's team composition was extremely hard to engage onto thanks to the disengage of Faker's Azir, Duke's Trundle, and Wolf's Nami. Yet SKT still managed to be the aggressor, as Bang initiated with Ezreal. SKT were also sitting mid lane with a teleport disadvantage, yet never put themselves in a position where CLG could actually catch them in a full 5 vs 4 teamfight. Instead, SKT dictated the fight from a 4 vs 5 position until Duke's Trundle arrived to help SKT clean up the scraps. All told, SKT's terrific teamwork decimated CLG in the fight, thanks in large part to Bang's 7,398 damage on Ezreal. With the teamfight win, SKT grabbed full control of Game 2 and stormed their way through the rest of the series on their way to a 3-0 sweep of CLG and their first ever MSI title.